and Dr. Mohan's Diabetes Specialty Centers, the University of Alabama, Birmingham, UAB, and the recent addition to this very successful collaboration, Florida International University, FIU. I extend a very warm welcome to each FIU International Seminar on Prevention and Control of Non-Communicable Diseases.
Media, students and friends, on behalf of the management and staff of the Madras Diabetes Research Foundation and the Dr. Mohan's Diabetes Specialty Center and the Indian NCD Network, I have great pleasure in welcoming you all to the inaugural function of the 10th MDRF UAB FIU International Seminar on the Prevention of Non-Communicable Diseases. Now, we kindly request you to accept a memento from Dr. B. during the 7th MDRF UAB Gold Medal Oration Award. The World Health Organization Regional Office for Southeast Asia, New Delhi.
The dais and off the dais, students, ladies, we have the US Consul General here. We have the US Consul General here, and I think it's very appropriate to share with her the multiple collaborations that we have developed with the United States, and this continues to grow with every passing year. For NCD studies, and he will tell you about it. It's been ongoing from 2002, and our current funding will go up to 2016. And the knowledge bridge, if you like, in fact a bridge between clinical practice and its translation into the community. How do you take research into the community? Manipal Medical College, we have Dr. Prashanta Bhattacharya from Guwahati Medical College, from Dibrugarh we have Dr. Das, H.K. Das, and many others. We have Dr. K.M. Venkat Narayan, a very close friend of ours, and somebody who, not just India, but global, and not just in diabetes, but in any field of medicine, and to have multiple collaborations. So there's an intense competition. 127 institutions in some 20 or 30 countries applied for this, and only 4 awards were made of $1 million each. And again, we are very proud that in this whole competition we stood first, and we were funded. And this led to what is called now as the GDRC, or the Global Diabetes Research Center. But Emory Center for Cardio-Metabolic Risk Reduction in South Asia. This is directly funded by the NIH in the US, and it has multiple partners. As you can see, we started with Emory and MDRF and CMR, and then several projects from the University of Minnesota. And again, there was a stiff competition for this. And again, we were very happy when we won this award with Professor Myron Gross and Dr. Daniel Strand.
Of a brief background and synopsis, snapshot of what we're trying to do and why we're trying to do it with this overall activity. This, if you weren't coming and you weren't interested. Though during this 10-year period, much has changed in India, as you know, and it may be a little more obvious to those of us that come to India periodically rather than those of you that are here every day, but much has changed. Much of what has changed is good, but some of it's not. One of the things that has changed is there's more non-communicable diseases, there's more diabetes, and there's more obesity, and they've become greater issues in the country. One of the other things that's changed that is good, the need for trained personnel has increased faster than the training has been able to match. Which workshop which Dr. Gross conducts. But all in all, many of the states, not all of them, our goal is to include all of them at some point, but we've had many. These are awarded by local institutions, not by U.S. institutions. We have a couple.
Writing for peer-reviewed scientific journals. So, scientific writing brings to an endpoint the research cycle, and it's very important to publish your research. And often we see that doesn't happen. Writing is not rocket science. It's easy. You can learn it. There's nothing that you can't teach yourself. It may not be taught regularly in the medical schools and other places, but there's a lot of courses available or material available that you can read. You can read good articles. And writing is really about thinking. It's about thinking logically and presenting your ideas logically and clearly.
Indeed, the expanse and excellence of NDRF's activities have already been detailed, but I'm sure that's only a glimpse. Those of us who have been following his work and have had the privilege of collaborating with him know the nature as well as the value of his many contributions. But even then, we do get surprised by the extent of his work. It is indeed an excellent initiative to have this intensive training session as well as the international seminar dovetailed together to build capacity to combat non-communicable diseases in India. You have already learned, and you will continue to hear during the course of the seminar, that NCDs are a major threat to India and probably the largest growing threat to India. We therefore require a comprehensive response. Our information systems are weak and we do need to improve them with better surveillance. But it is not merely enough to catalog the coming catastrophe with greater precision.
Sir, koncham. Okay, sir.
The dais and medical professionals. I'm pleased to be here at this 10th seminar on prevention of non-communicable diseases. NCDs remain a challenging issue for both of our countries. But in this area, as in so many others, the US and India are working together to find pragmatic and affordable solutions to improve research and training for medical students in the areas of diabetes. So as you set off today to discuss, and this weekend, to discuss prevention and control of NCDs, take comfort in knowing there's increasing awareness of the importance of your work and support from the governments of the United States and India to help make your efforts a success. Thank you for inviting me to
the FIUT. The idea was to give relevant Avinash Kavi from Jawaharlal Nehru Medical College, Belgaum, and his presentation topic was Assessment of Risk Factors for Coronary Artery Disease among Adults Residing in Rural Areas.
To read the citation of one of the most distinguished medical scientists and physicians of India, Padma Bhushan Professor K. Srinath Reddy. On Padma Bhushan, Professor K. Srinath Reddy contributed significantly to the field of medical science. We've been trying to get Dr. Srinath Reddy here, I think, for at least 4 years now, and every time he had been in some other part of the world, and even tonight actually, right from here, he's leaving to Atlanta, and so I said, can you reroute your route so to come, deliver the oration and then catch the flight? So we just managed to catch him by a day this time. So the earlier recipients of this award were Professor Dale Williams, Professor and Associate Director of Division of Preventive Medicine, University of Alabama; Dr. Myron Gross, Associate Professor, Laboratory Medicine, University of Minnesota; Dr. Cora Lewis, Professor of Medicine, Division of Preventive Medicine, University of Alabama; Dr. D. Prabhakaran, Executive Director of the Center for Chronic Disease Control, CDC, CCDC, New Delhi; Dr. J.S. Thakur, the Cluster V. Shanta, Chairman of the Cancer Institute in Chennai. This year, the Scientific Council of the Madras Diabetes Research Foundation, Chennai, has great pleasure in conferring the 7th MDRF UAB Gold Medal Oration Award on Padma Bhushan Professor K. Srinath Reddy, President of the Public Health Foundation of India. This award goes to Professor Srinath Reddy in recognition of his outstanding contributions in the field of preventive cardiology and public health. Padma Bhushan Professor Srinath Reddy is a cardiologist and a world leader in preventive cardiology and public health. In fact, there are very, very few preventive cardiologists in India. If you attend the CSI sessions, which Dr. Reddy has invited me for some of his sessions, you go to the Cardiology Society of India, on with active engagement of school and college students across India. He has also set up the worksite-based programs for health promotion and cardiovascular risk reduction in industries in several regions of India. MDRF UAB Gold Medal Oration Award on Professor K. Srinath Reddy. I now request Ms. Jennifer McIntyre, the Consul General, the US Consul General, to hand over the medal and certificate to Professor.
Sir, hand close, sir. Sir, look here, sir. Sir, look here.
Oh, thank you.